we have this limit x tends to minus infinity x power 4 sine 1 by x plus x square by 1 plus absolute value of x whole cube. Right, we have x tends to minus infinity. We have sine 1 by x also. And we have absolute value of x at the same time the power cube also. Okay, so let us do something. Let us try to divide both numerator and denominator with the highest power of x in the denominator. Right, that is, this becomes x power 4 sine of 1 by x plus x square, numerator by x cube, at the same time denominator also 1 plus absolute value of x whole cube by x cube. Okay, so then what this again is limit x tends to minus infinity. Numerator will become x sine 1 by x plus x square by x cube, which is 1 by x. By denominator, what will it become? 1 by x cube plus absolute value of x cube by x cube. Again, limit x tends to minus infinity. Right. Now, please note this carefully. This is x is negative. Right. When x is negative, absolute value of x whole cube, this is positive, but x cube is negative, but both have the same magnitude. Right. For example, minus 2 whole cube, this is 8. And minus 2 whole cube, minus 2 absolute value of minus 2 whole cube is 8, but minus 2 cube is actually minus 8. So this by this should give minus 1. Right. So absolute value of x whole cube by x cube should be equal to minus 1 because x is negative. So we will convert this into minus 1. Okay. Now, earlier we also discussed x sine 1 by x. We had another video, x sine 1 by x. When x tends to plus infinity or minus infinity, this is equal to 1. How did we prove this? We replaced x with some t, then we called it, then x, we replaced 1 by x with some t. Okay, when x tends to infinity, okay, then x tends to infinity, t tends to 0. Right, x tends to infinity, t tends to 0. So x sine 1 by x, what will it become? X is 1 by t times sine, what is 1 by x? T. And t tends to 0. Right, this becomes sine t by t when t tends to 0, which is equal to 1. This limit is equal to 1. So x sine 1 by x, when x is tending to plus infinity or minus infinity, this is equal to 1. Basically, this part of the limit, this limit 1 plus x tends to infinity 1 by x, this is 0, plus 1 by x cube, this is also 0, and minus 1. So final answer is minus 1. This is anyway 1, x and 1 by x, when x tends to plus infinity, minus infinity, it is still 1. Right. So earlier we also discussed that when theta is very small, okay, when theta is very small, sine theta is approximately equal to theta. Right. When x tends to minus infinity, what does that mean? 1 by x tends to 0. That means 1 by x is very small. So sine 1 by x we can approximate as 1 by x. Right. So x into 1 by x, this is equal to 1. This is another way of looking at this when x tends to infinity or minus infinity. Right, guys. So the final answer is minus 1. Simple problem. Only thing we have to be careful here is when we have this absolute value of x. Like when x is negative and we have this absolute value of x, we need to be little careful with the sign because absolute value of x cube, this is positive, but x cube is negative. Only thing we have to take care. Otherwise, if we miss this negative sign, the result will get as plus 1, which is wrong. Right, guys? Thank you.